I told you that I'm going to be making a film about how I made $1 million in a week easily on 2 properties. So this is one of the properties. So this is the junction, and it's another pub, and this is a place called Featherstone, which is in Old Yorkshire. And so if you just have a look at the car park, how big the car park is there, massive car park. So I'm going to show you around the front of the pub in a second, but I paid $230,000 for this property, and it's in, I actually like this area. It means a lot to me. I hold this area fairly dear. But if you have a look at the pub, we're going to look from the front, but if you look from the back, you can actually see. This is what I see when I come to look at these places. I don't see a pub. I look at the house, so I see where that post's coming, where that big post is coming down there, and then see the old doorway. You can see the brick there. You can see at one stage that's been a doorway, and if you look a bit further past that window there, and you see the brick under the staircase, you can see that there were a doorway there at one time. Now, what that tells me is that there used to be a row of terrace houses before it was a pub. In actual fact, when I've looked on the historic site, the whole terrace went right across and joined that terrace there. Now, come on, who's going to want a pub as big as that? I mean, it's not just that part there, it's all the front part as well. Nobody wants a pub as big as that. In fact, this area, within sort of 150, 200 metres, you've got another 4 pubs. All them 4 pubs could be struggling, but if you close one down, it gives the other 3 more of a chance. So I see it that I'm doing the community a favour, and it's been shut donkeys. I've come in this pub 5-6 years ago, and it was on its arse, it was dead, and it's been like that for years and years and years. It's never going to work as a pub. So, for all of those naysayers out there that think I'm going around closing pubs down, I'm not going around closing pubs down, but I'm just doing the area a favour. So we'll go down this way for now. As you can see, this is the back of it. So what I intend to do with this is make this into 3 terrace houses there, and one at the end there, and one there. So basically, what I've got there is I've got 5 units there, and then I'm going to put another row of 7 terrace houses there. So I'll end up with 12 units. They'll all have a lovely garden space, and they'll all have lovely parking from the back here. But come and see how lovely it is. You've got some nice houses around there, so you can see it's not in a rough area. Now, before I show you the front of it, look at this fantastic estate there. This is a brand new housing estate, and I think they're building about 600 here, I'm not sure, and it's a big complex with the average price of about 190 grand, so it just shows you that they're really developing the area, which is a great sign that when you're buying a property, that people are already wanting to come and move into the area. This used to be like a garden. If you look at the old historic pictures on here, so this will become one house here. This will be a nice little garden area for it there, and if you come this way, the house will end. This will be the house here, and it went there. Now again, can you see this? Can you see the shape of this round here? That tells me that there used to be a door there. You can even see the 2 cracks there, look. So it just shows you that at one time, these are the things that you need to look out for when you're buying these properties. They're changing the brickwork, because you can see that at some stage that used to be a separate building. So what we've got is we've got one house here. We've got another house here. Because you can see again, look, can you see this brickwork here that's been filled in? You can see that at some stage there's been a doorway there. And then you've got that flat roof extension there, which is another house here, obviously with the doorway there. And then you've got, I mean, look at the fabulous windows there. When you put the glass in, they're going to look really nice. Another house, another big house here, which would be a nice 3-bedroom house. So you get them little new houses there for like 190 grand, like a 2-bedroom house. but this is going to be the 3-bedroom, but these rooms are going to be massive and they're going to be more solid than the new cheapy ones now. And then at the end here, I mean, look at the size of that beauty there. And these two will have the entrances, they'll all have the entrances from the back, but these two you'll come into from the back. They've got the lovely features there above the windows, and the job's done for you, because really all they are, and again you've got the new row terraces that we build along there. Now I probably won't build those terrace houses because I don't like getting involved in new builds. It's just too much of an headache and too long-winded. So what I'll do with this site is I'll sell it. So I paid 230,000 for this building. So what I've got is I've got 5 houses there that'll get me about, let's say, the 5 houses, probably about 900,000 for that, with about a £200,000 spent to make them really, really nice, or landscape, and get all the services in for this as well. So that's going to leave me with about £470,000 profit, but with planning permission for 7 more there, with all the services in, which will all be paid for by this here, which I'll probably sell for about another 350,000. So on this property, I'll be netting about £700,000, and I never see a property as when I sell it, I'll make the money. Once I bought that property, I've already made the 700 grand. It's already in the bank. It's just a formality and a length of time before I get it, and that's how I'll make it work. So I'm just here today to meet my architect, who don't want to be on camera. But anyway, I'm going to meet the architect, and then what we'll do is we're going to go down to the next property, because I said I bought 2 properties. I've made it over £1 million easy. About 7 on this ish, and about 550 on the next one, so 1.25 million ish on both of them. But we'll go see that one in a minute, and we'll just cut to see the next one. So as I said, back to when I told you that I made over £1 million in a week, and how I did it. Well, basically just by buying 2 properties in a week. So this is a Star Inn at North Dalton, and as you can see, the beautiful setting here on the lovely duck pond there, and the property in question is that one there, look, just in front of you. So where the greenery starts over there, where that roof line starts there, look, obviously there's a couple of houses there, but where that roof line starts, it goes all over there, right to the front. I'm going to show you around the other side in a second. And now, you know, I mean, look how pubs used to be, look at the size of them, and this is only a small village, so why would it need a pub that big? Back in the day, that's how it was, but at one time that would have been a row of cottages, and especially back in the 70s, they used to extend these pubs out, because obviously pubs were massive back in the 60s and 70s, and they'd make the cottages into the pub. Now obviously it's the other way around, you'd make the cottages back as cottages because there's more profit. In this particular instance, what's happened here is the people put the pub up for sale, and the village got this like a community order, which can be done sometimes if they want to stop the development of a pub. The council can grant permission and give the community time to buy the property, but in this particular instance, the community couldn't get the money together to buy the property. So I bought this property for a knockdown price of £350,000, which is like dirt cheap, because in this village the house prices are really expensive, and you can see how beautiful the village is, can't you? Now, the one bonus about this particular pub is that it's already got planning permission. The previous people have put in for planning permission for 4 apartments, a village shop, a cafe and a pub, because obviously the size of the place. But there's no way a village shop is going to work in this village, because nobody's going to buy anything. So neither is a village cafe, but a village pub obviously is still going to work here. So what the plan is to do is to obviously make a lovely little village pub, and if I can just show you that bit there, so just the square bit there, look, just what looks like a house, where that apex of that roof is there, that, and down to that second window there, that will be the pub, and that will be a nice lovely village pub. What I'm then going to do is, instead of getting 4 apartments and a cafe and the rest of it, I'm going to change the planning permissions for 3 houses. So that's 3 beautiful houses. I'm going to put some lovely conservation windows in overlooking that lake there, and those 3 houses will do retrospectively. There'll be a 2-bedroom house that'll do about 250, 275, and then there'll be 2 3-bedroom houses that'll probably do about 350 each. So you're talking about 925 to 950 for the houses, and then the pub alone will have a value of about £250,000. So that's going to give us a value of about 1.2 million. Take off the 350,000 that I paid for it and a few bits and fees and stuff like that, about maybe 150 grand as a spend, because don't forget the buildings are already up. 500, which brings it to about 500,000, and then we've got another 600,000-700,000 pound profit. So with this one and the last one, the gross profit could be about 1.4 million, but the very worst case scenario will be at least over 1 million quid. And the villagers, happy days, will have a nice little cosy pub with a nice little log fire and somebody in there to run it.